Hey guys, welcome back to another What I've Been Eating Lately video where I show you what I've been eating lately in a video. This one is sponsored by Thrive Market. You will hear more about them later on. I hope you enjoy. In this video, I will organize some of my spice collection. I will check out the Fatburger vegan options, make a couple things, do a little snacking. Do a little lipa, if I do say so myself. So my spices, seasonings, condiments cabinet has been a mess for a long time. I don't even know what's in there anymore. It's so crowded. Can't see anything. So I've been saying I'm gonna tackle it for a long time, but today is finally the day. Or a week ago, whenever I filmed this, that was the day. Taking everything out, wiping it down, going through to see what's expired and expiring. I've wanted for a while to have like a uniform spice collection where it's all in the same like nice glass square jars. So for a while now, I've been trying to only buy spices in that jar, because if you didn't know, a lot of grocery stores sell their spices in the same shape of jar. It might not be exactly the same, or the lids are not all exactly the same, but the jar, you know, those square glass jars are rectangular. But I've been trying to build up a collection of them. When I finish one, I save it and then, you know, try to wash it out so I can refill it. I've seen a lot of Instagram reels where people are buying a whole new like 20 pack or whatever of these glass jars to put their spices into. And I get it because it's nice to be aesthetic or whatever, and it's nice to get it all done in one swoop. But also, you really don't have to do that. Like, a lot of you probably already have this type of jar anyways, or just, you know, you don't have to do everything all at once. It's tempting for me too to like buy that whole set, but I just, you know, just take it slow. You know, not everything has to be so aesthetic. Don't compare yourself to online influencers, because it's literally their job to be aesthetic and to be aspirational for you. Anyways, it's been a slow process, and it's still not even fully aesthetic at the end of this video, spoiler alert. But anyways, we're going through all my seasonings. I'm looking for what's expired. Also, I have a few like duplicates of spices. So like these cinnamons, I combine them into one jar so I can clean out the other jar and then use that for a new thing. Some labels, like these World Market labels, just rip off super easily and they leave no residue, and like, thank you so much, World Market. But I have a lot of Trader Joe's seasoning mixes, unfortunately, and their labels do not come off easily. But I let them sit in warm soapy water for a little bit, and then you can kind of rub most of it off, and then just keep letting it sit, and then rubbing whatever you can off, and then let it sit for longer, rub it off. They come off pretty easily this way, but for some jars that the label doesn't come off all the way, if there's still some residue left, you can kind of rub like some coconut oil on it and then let it sit for however, I don't know, like an hour or something, and then get it off after that, or even like use something like a credit card to scrape it off. Works pretty well. And now, taking a break from the seasonings for a sec, I want to show you a lazy, super easy one-pot meal that's basically just cooking your pasta, whatever kind of pasta you want to use. I like this pasta because I'm using peas, and the peas make their ways into the little crevices of the pasta, and I think that's fun. Basically, you just boil your pasta until it's like getting there, almost done, and then you throw in whatever veggies and greens and such into the boiling water and cook those until necessary. You know, just in order of how long they take to cook, and then you strain that all out, and then in your empty pot you make your sauce, which is basically just coconut milk and seasonings and cornstarch and nutritional yeast. I had just a little bit left of this Italian seasoning blend and garlic and herb seasoning blend, so I thought, why don't I just combine them and then use it all up in this meal so that I can free up that glass container that I wanted to clean and reuse. This is basically a variation of a recipe that a viewer sent me years ago for a video, like a super easy mac and cheese recipe, and I love it because it's so easy and convenient, because I always have canned coconut milk, and you can just switch up the seasonings or the other ingredients or type of pasta that you mix into it to fit whatever your desires needs are. And yeah, it's super easy, and then just stir that all together and that's it. I also thought it might be nice if you wanted more protein in this meal. I wonder how it would taste to add some like tahini into the sauce, or even like blended silken tofu. I don't know, but this was super easy and delicious. But before we get on with the rest of the video, I want to take a quick minute to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which you may have heard about before. Thrive Market. If you've never heard of Thrive Market before, they are an online subscription-based grocery service that has lots of vegan, organic, health, eco products of many categories, including the ones on the screen. Anything you might find at your in-person health food store, but just shipped to your door. I didn't mean to make that rhyme. For free if you spend over $49, and also with carbon neutral shipping and recycled packaging. I got a lot of good stuff today. I'm very excited. The fun part is I am very forgetful, so I forgot what half of it is. You know, we got some grocery items. I don't think I've ever tried this brand, but I always see it. They're all like classic snacks, but they put more vegetables and stuff in them. So these are butternut squash pretzels. Pretty fun. And I also got some cauliflower cheddar crackers, so vegan cheddar crackers. I think I've seen these in the store, but I just assumed that they weren't vegan. I just assumed that it was actual cheddar. But that's the thing. On Thrive Market, while I'm searching, I like to go to, like, say, the snacks category and then filter my search by vegan so that only the vegan items show up for me. That's how I knew that these were vegan, because they showed up. Oh, I've been out of vanilla, so I got some vanilla extract. This one is organic and ethically sourced, so it's pretty cool. Non-GMO grapeseed oil. It's very hard to find organic or non-GMO oils a lot of the time, and I love this packaging. It's very fun. Oh, I got restocked on some coconut milk, coconut cream, ethically sourced, extra thick. I love the Thrive Market brand products. Always really good quality products. More affordable than a lot of your health food brands you would find in stores, you know. For my spice drawer, I also got some dried basil because I don't have any basil. And basil is one of my favorite herbs. Also some gum. I love gum. And I'm out of gum. I've been out of gum. Some dog treats because I was out of dog treats and I wanted like little treats for like training, you know. I feel bad ripping up her bigger treats, and also I create a lot of crumbs doing that. So these are like little treats, you know. Back to the vegan products though. I got some Pacifica, you know, we stand a cruelty-free vegan brand. I got some chapsticks, lip balms, whatever you want to call them. Rainbow watermelon, Bali coconut, and island vanilla. Can't live without my chapstick. Right now I'm living on one stick, so it's just floating around. I'm always losing it, so. And I got some Mineral Fusion lipstick butter. It can be really hard to find lip products that are vegan because everything has beeswax in it or other things, and I hate reading ingredients on makeup because I don't know what any of it means. There's too many things. The text is always really small, you know. I love to just go in the makeup section and then click vegan and it can narrow it down for me. Thrive Market also has a deals section on the app where you can look at different like rewards that you get for being a member or any sales going on that you want to take advantage of. You know, I love a good deal. It can be really nice if you don't have health food stores or natural food stores in your area. But I even live not too far from some like natural grocery, and there's still a lot of products that I find on Thrive Market that I've never seen in my local stores, you know. They also have reviews for every product on the website, so if you're not sure if you want to try something, you can see what other people are saying before you buy it. I look at that a lot. If you want to check out Thrive Market for yourself and become a member, you can go to thrivemarket.com/EmilyEwing, or you can click the link in the description below. You can get 30% off and a free gift worth up to $60 with your first order as a member. And yeah, thanks again to Thrive Market for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it. Let's get back to the rest of the video. So I'm showing you this Celebrate Health vegan mayonnaise in a squeeze bottle that I found at grocery outlet that I just had to try. You know, I wasn't expecting much because the brand is called Celebrate Health, and it definitely tastes like a healthier vegan mayonnaise. You know, it tastes like homemade vegan mayonnaise, and I mean that in kind of a bad way because I know you can make vegan mayonnaise and it tastes just better or just just as good as whatever Vegan-A's, but you know, it still does the job. Okay, it's creamy and whatnot. But anyways, I'm putting it in this little portable squeeze bottle in my pocket because I'm going to Fatburger tonight to check out the vegan options that I heard about from, thank you Kristen, my friend who's not even vegan. I don't know what the marketing for these vegan products is, but how come I didn't know about this? Did anyone know about this? Because I have 2 in my town and I didn't know that they had anything vegan, let alone vegan milkshakes and vegan cheeseburgers. Anyways, okay, so I got a strawberry milkshake and Casey got a chocolate milkshake, and we also got their Impossible burgers with non-dairy cheese, which I believe is Daya cheese from what I saw online, and no mayonnaise, except we brought the mayonnaise, you know. And it's not the best squeeze bottle, but it was the smallest I had. So they actually surprisingly have coconut whipped cream for the shakes, but they were out of it, which I thought was disappointing, but I was like, you know, it happens. But then like a week later, Casey went back and they still didn't have whipped cream. So I don't know what's going on. That's kind of stupid, especially since it's so expensive. The milkshakes with the whipped cream are almost $10. The burgers are also about $10. For comparison, the non-vegan shakes are like $5, but they are using like a smaller company's ice cream. It's cashew ice cream, so that's why they came out to be absolutely delicious, like really, really good milkshakes. I would say it's the best vegan milkshake I've ever had, but honestly, I haven't had very many vegan milkshakes, so that doesn't mean that much. So good. The flavors are a bit subtle. They're not super strong, and as you can see from the color, they are all very like pale looking, so it's kind of hard to tell what flavor is what, but you can taste it. I mean, I think you can taste the strawberry and the chocolate enough, you know, but they're so good, like so creamy, and it's $10, but they give you a really good amount and it's quite filling, you know. It's a very ice creamy milkshake. It's not like they're using a bunch of milk for filler or whatever. It was all really, really good. Sad that it had to be so expensive. Also, their fries are vegan. I looked that up. Definitely recommend, and it's a great option for when you're out with friends or whatever. Just wish that they could reduce the price of the milkshake a little, or at least commit to having the whipped cream, you know, because that's quite disappointing. But anyways, just wanted to put that out there for you guys in case you didn't know. Alright, so I'm hungry right now, and I was thinking, you know, what I need or what would sound good right now is some trail mix. But I don't have any trail mix, so hey, is it okay to eat nuts after expiration?
But remember that nuts, unlike a lot of other proteins, usually have a best by date and not an expiration date. Because of this distinction, you may safely use nuts to complement your favorite meals even after the best by date has lapsed.
Anyway, so I was like, oh, why don't I like grab a little bit of raisins, grab a little bit of nuts, grab a little bit of whatever. No, why don't I just like make it right now? You know, I was about to get rid of this jar, and then I was like, no, I could use it for a trail mix. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I don't know about you guys. So I'm gonna just quickly, I have to go. That's why I'm like trying to snack. I have to go, but I'm hungry. A little bit of, some scoops of raisins, a scoop of nuts. Well, let's do 2 scoops of nuts. Okay, a scoop of chocolate. Okay, a scoop of cashews. 2 scoops, because it's gonna be like mostly nuts, because that's the most filling. And then I have to crush up these banana chips because otherwise they're too like hard to crunch. They're too hard. I don't know. Something about like the difference in texture between that and like the nuts and stuff. It just like, they catch you off guard. They get you. Too aggressive. Chocolate. Nuts. I still have leftover raisins and banana chips from the last time I made trail mix in that one video. Looking good so far. But these are like new nuts and new chocolate chips. Walnuts are so good. Do you guys agree? They're like the best nut. They might be. I don't know. Just all around. I've never had walnut butter, I'm realizing. Now there's like no chocolate because I used it all in the bottom. Banana chip and raisins. Oh, I'm using my hand. It's clean though. It's clean though. I just feel like a little gremlin digging into the raisins with my bare hands. Okay, this is honestly the best thing to just have for yourself so that when you, either you're like it's all, you know, you get into the kitchen and you're like, I'm starving, I gotta eat now. Or you're hungry but you have to leave, you know? Instead of just like grabbing chips or something that's not really gonna fill you up, you know? It just like kind of helps for the second, but it doesn't really do anything. You could just grab a handful of this and it'll actually like give you some satiation. Or to eat while you're thinking of what you need to eat. Okay, so back to the seasoning cabinet. While I was waiting for the empty jars to dry after I washed them, I wanted to put some of my seasonings back to get them off the counter. And as I'm like putting them on the spice racks, I keep rearranging them and I'm like, you know what? Why do I'm not happy still? You know, like it still bothers me that I can't like see everything at once. And I feel like I have to move things to get to something in the back. It just doesn't seem that convenient. So while I'm like filling up my spice jars, I was kind of, you know, thinking. I was planting the seed for a new option. But anyways, we'll get back to that later. So here I'm just filling them up, you know. I started by using a funnel because I always see people use funnels when they're filling up their spices, but this funnel is not the right size, but it's what I have. But as I was going, I realized that it's really not necessary to use a funnel. It's so much easier to just use your hand, pour it directly in and use your hand to shield from spillage. And also you don't have all the like cross-contamination between the spices and the funnel. I don't want my like cinnamon to have any cayenne pepper in it. And I'm using a glass writing pen, you know, those pens that are made for writing on glass and they come off with soap and water because that's what I had. I'm considering if I should order some labels online or something, or if I ever find a label maker at a thrift store, I would totally buy it, but I haven't yet. But for now, I'm just using this pen. It works good enough, you know. I'm also keeping track of the expiration dates of all my spices in a note on my phone. I know I can like write it on the jar with the same pen, but I worry that it's just gonna get rubbed off and then I won't know when things expire. So I've seen some people in TikToks, Reels, whatever, putting their spices in a drawer laid down like this so that you can really see everything. I would love to put them the other way, but I don't have any drawers deep enough where people like put the label on the top. That's pretty cool. But yeah, anyways, I never thought I would do this, but it came to me as I was doing this. I was like, you know what? Why don't I do that? That makes so much sense because then you can see everything all at once. And I was like, I can just try it out for a little while. If I don't like it, if it feels more inconvenient, I can just put it back, you know. But so far I do like it. It's fun. It makes me more like inspired to use my seasonings, I guess. I mean, I use my seasonings, but I don't know. I like it. I like how you can see everything. I could just be like, ooh, I need this, you know. I don't have to like move things to get to what I need. I don't have to like search for it deep into the shelves. Another thing that I wanted to share in this video is a snack that I've discovered for myself recently to use up the end of a bag of something when it's just crumbs. Basically cutting up an apple, putting on it some peanut butter, or I use some vegan Nutella, any kind of like fatty spread. And then I put the end of a bag of cereal on one, the end of a bag of granola, and I also use the end of a bag of potato chips on the Nutella apples for a little bit of a salty sweet action. And yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to share. If you end up with the end of a bag of something like that, cereal or chips or whatever, and no one wants to eat it, like pick up all the little tiny pieces so you just want to throw it away, consider doing this. It's kind of fun. It adds a nice little crunchy topping. So now we're dealing with what's going into the spices cabinet now that I've taken the spices out of the cabinet. Still just like random cooking things though. For example, I have these ingredients in random sized jars. That is very inconvenient for space organization. So I found all the little mini mason jars that I had, which was just 3, and transferred them into those so that they can fit nicely on the little spice rack and take up less space. Instead of like spices on here, I'm making these spice racks more like my extra seasonings and spices, like more like mixes or things I don't use as often, or things that when I'm going to get them, I know exactly what I'm getting. You know what I mean? Like I'm just getting one thing or whatever, or it's something that I don't use as often, so it's not as much of a nuisance to like move things around to get to it, you know? Plus also there's just less things on the spice rack, so it's easier to see. But yeah, this is just random stuff that I like, cooking things that I wanted to put up in the next shelf because it's all stuff that I keep forgetting that I even have. Like I bought it because I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. I should make something for a video with this. Or someone gifted it to me, stocking stuff or whatever. And I just keep forgetting that I have this stuff because it's in an inconvenient place. So anyways, now I have this little cooking section where it's inspiring me to use these items and also just to cook and experiment more in general. And that's fun, right? Inspiration is great. This is like my cooking Pinterest board, this cabinet. But we'll get more into that in the next video. For now, yeah, this is where we're at. I like it. It's fun. Yeah, so far I think it's staying like this. I like the spices in the drawer with the extra spices and mixes up here. It's good. If nothing, it's just kind of freshening things up a little for now. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video. Thank you again to Thrive Market for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out Thrive Market and become a member, you can click the link in the description below or go to thrivemarket.com/Emily Ewing. With your first order, you can get 30% off and a free gift worth up to $60. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day and eat something good. I will have a couple more videos during this month, so look out for those. Pretty exciting. Not that exciting, I'm just doing my job. I'm doing the bare minimum. But thank you for watching my videos anyways, and commenting and liking and doing whatever you do. I appreciate it all. Okay, bye-bye. Fatburger.